A beautiful morning to you and welcome to the news at 7. Making the headlines this morning, air surveillance began across the state to ensure safe Christmas and New Year celebrations, as a world to take medical outreach to more communities in the state. Federal government to engage Hungarian experts in addressing flooding challenge. 220% in Sunda Strait of Indonesia die in tsunami weeks after volcanic eruption. My name is Chidimma Orangwa, and now the detail of the news. In order for the state to remain the safest and most peaceful state in Nigeria, the state government says there will be an increase in air surveillance during the Christmas and New Year period. According to a statement released by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidan Adenoba, helicopters will patrol all parts of the state and most times fly at low altitudes to enable the pilots and other security agents flying with them to have bird's eye view of the security challenge in different parts of the state, and will monitor vehicular traffic, cattle, and provide reports constantly to appropriate agencies for prompt action. The people of the state, individual and groups passing through the state are thereby advised not to panic or be afraid. The statement further explained that the helicopters are the latest in a series of far-reaching measures of the William Bernard administration to make the Christmas and New Year celebrations most rewarding. It said that the state has in the last 1 week seen a large number of armored personnel carriers, APCs, operated by specially trained officers of the Nigerian Police Force, deployed to the streets of Oka, Onitsha, and Nnewi, and we work side by side with well-manned security vans and cars. Meanwhile, the state government says the installation of the most advanced closed-circuit television CCTV cameras in the world in the 3 leading cities of the state will commence soonest. The installation will be in conjunction with the Boston Innovation Center in Massachusetts, United States. The agreement for the supply of the special CCTVs and the subsequent installation was signed between the Boston Innovation Center and the Anambra state government when Governor Obiano visited the United States last October to see how the state could benefit more from advanced research and innovation. According to the statement released by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidan Adenoba, after the pilot scheme in Oka, Onitsha, and Nnewi, the sophisticated CCTV cameras will be installed in other parts of the state. The devices will assist to secure important public assets like electric facilities, which are at risk of being vandalized, and ensure a safer state. The Anambra State Association Worldwide, ASA World, is embarking on free medical and diagnostic missions in designated towns of the state. The president, ASA World, Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwanze, speaking during a free medical outreach to Atabatata, explained that the association is an umbrella organization comprising 37 countries of the world, namely USA, Spain, Canada, Russia, South Africa, China, United Kingdom, among others, with the sole aim of giving succor to the sick and the poor through free medical care. Chibuzo Bidike has the report.
The ASA World President pointed out that the team of medical doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and other relevant professionals in the health sector are on ground to see to the treatment of the indigent and the sick people. Dr. Anikweze, who is also the traditional prime minister of Aba, Ghana, advised that people should be health conscious by checking their state of health regularly, exercise, as well as adopt ideal nutritional habits with the conviction that health is wealth.
Here to do medical mission to help our people, to educate our people on proper health care, on blood pressure, diabetes, good nutrition, dieting, overweight. Being overweight is not good. You know, you need to exercise, you need to watch your diet so you can live a long time.
Also speaking on the occasion, the secretary, Mr. Chude Asidianya, a member of the group from Canada, posited that it is imperative to give back to the society, as that was the rationale behind their sacrifice of setting out the lofty idea of free medical care for the well-being of the people health-wise.
Our goal is to give back to the community that we grew up from. Most of us have lived overseas 20, 30 years or more. So we have our philosophy. We are driven by the principle of our philosophy of think home. Give back to those that actually raised you. Our values are still here, regardless of how long we live overseas.
Contributing, the chairman, Economic Committee, Asa Ward, from South Africa, Mr. Francis Nwonwu, contended that the organization is resolute in ensuring sound management of the health of Anambra and appealed for government assistance. Dr. Vicky Anikweze, also a member of the group, described Asa Ward as a charitable organization devoted to the health care of Anambra.
A wonderful organization because it looks out for its people in many different ways, both culturally and as
We do apologize for that mix-up. Moving ahead, Anambra's Broadcasting Service, ABS, has been commended for upholding the standards of media education and enlightenment through its program content. The Anglican Bishop of Agwata Diocese, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo, gave the commendation when he paid a courtesy call on the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, Nze Uchenwora, at the corporate headquarters of the establishment in Oka. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe reports that Bishop Ezofo is also on the visit to chat on cardinal issues of social progress, media relations, service and development. His report is taken from here.
Establishment in basic areas of information management and dissemination, Bishop Ezofo applauded the quality of programs and news content of the station, noting that the present leadership in the state government-owned electronic media has upheld a pragmatic media process that mirrors unbeatable media excellence in Anambra State and beyond.
They also asked us to come and see, which I think is very, very important. So we're here to encourage you with your staff, the work people are doing. Like you said, the work of educating people, informing people is very important. Very important because many people lack information. And information is power. And so people need to have the right information. So I want to thank you for what you're doing and to encourage you to do more. Because I believe there are still maybe other areas that need to be covered.
In his response, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the ABS, Nze Uchenwora, noted that the church remains a major stakeholder to the media and organizational growth of the station, pointing out that the organization stands firm on giving a voice to every group or individual, irrespective of ethno-religious placements.
We have opportunity space, online platform, terrestrial platform. The governor is now supporting us. Within the next couple of months, we'll be on DSTV. Right now, we're on Star Times and we're on Metro Digital Channel 29. We are online. Our radio is on time, real time, anywhere in the world. In Ege Radio, as we speak. All our programs are on YouTube and also on our ABS website and also on Facebook. But from first quarter now, by God's grace, I'm on Star Times. So the mouthpiece of the Anambra is. So I want you to take that message also with you when you're leaving.
Also in the bishop's entourage was the Director of Media and Communications of the Diocese, Mr. Abuchunwozo, who expressed optimism that the visit would foster strong media relations in promoting evangelism. The head of commentary unit of the News and Current Affairs Department of the ABS, Dr. Emeka Arinze, on his part, said the current leadership of the station has championed the transformational renaissance of the establishment and has driven the organization to an enviable level of institutional excellence.
As part of measures to strengthen entrepreneurship among the youth, the International Breweries Hero Foundation Kickstart program has employed 44 youths across the state with cash prize of 1 million naira each. Faith Onyemuche completes the story.
The Hero Foundation Kickstart program is an entrepreneurial program aimed at giving Nigerian youth a helping hand in the pursuit of their dream and vision. The Kickstart program, which was launched in 2016, have so far empowered over 100 entrepreneurial-minded youths across the nation. Speaking at the International Breweries Hero Kickstart Award ceremony, Governor Willie Obiano, represented by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Nkem Okeke, said bridging the gap between the youth and productivity is a project his administration has embarked on, adding that the progress of any state lies in the hands of the youth. Dr. Okeke also commended the international breweries, who despite the difficult economic condition in the country, are committed to youth development.
As the governor of this great state, Bridging the gap between the youth and productivity is a project we embark on with sincere passion.
On his part, the chairman on the occasion, Igwe Alfred Nnemeka Achebe, charged Nigerian youth to imbibe the culture of entrepreneur. He said youth are the future, hence the need for their potential to be harnessed. He also charged the awardees to apply the knowledge gained at the business school for maximum productivity.
To the awardees, therefore, I say big congratulations. Getting to this stage amongst the sea of applicants is no easy feat.
The awardees took turns to express their gratitude to the foundation.
It's just like a dream come true. I never believed it could be up to this.
Faith.
News from our national and foreign scenes still await you. Please join us again after this timeout. All right, let's move on. We're sorry for that mix-up again. In a bid to find solutions to flooding in Nigeria, the federal government says it is planning to engage experts from Hungary to assist Nigeria to provide technical solutions. The Minister of Water Resources, Alhaji Suleiman Adamu, announced this in Abuja. Adamu said although flood was a natural disaster, it could also result from human factors such as poor watershed management, cutting down of trees, raising buildings on water courses, the climate change factors, among others. According to him, the federal government has a lot to do to curb some of the factors that cause flooding across the major rivers in the country, River Niger and Benue in particular. The minister said states within the floodplain areas also have responsibilities to create artificial lakes, earth dams, and reservoirs to check the menace of flood in their areas. He added that the recurrence of flooding in the country was due to insufficient water reservoirs and lack of building enforcement regulation by the state to stop people from building on water courses. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has disbursed a sum of 234.2 billion naira as mortgages, housing renovation loans, and refund to retirees. According to the data obtained from the bank in Abuja, total mortgage loan disbursement by the organization since inception was put at 193.4 billion naira for 18,935 mortgages. The total amount disbursed as home renovation loans by the bank is put at 17.5 billion naira for 22,975 beneficiaries. The bank further stated that the total amount, which it had refunded to about 229,820 retirees who had exited its housing delivery scheme since the inception of the FMBN, was 23.3 billion naira. The managing director, FMBN, Ahmed Dangiwa, said the bank has also initiated housing products that were tailored to tackle housing affordability challenge for contributors to the National Housing Fund. And on the foreign scene, more than 220 people have been killed and 843 injured after a tsunami hits coastal towns on Indonesia's Sunda Strait, government officials said. The tsunami waves struck at night without any warning, destroying hundreds of buildings. Officials said the tsunami could have been caused by undersea landslide after Anak Krakatau volcano erupted. The Sunda Strait between the islands of Java and Sumatra connects the Java Sea to the Indian Ocean. The Disaster Management Agency has warned people to stay away from the coastline due to fear of another tsunami. The tsunami hit several popular tourist destinations, including the Tanjung Lesong Beach Resort in the west of Java Island. And now sports. The fusion of African traditional music and instrumental sporting activities have been described by analysts as a boon to healthier lifestyle, better than the use of Western music in such activities. In this special report, correspondent Kende Chukwuchukwudi takes a look at this phenomenon.
That was the sound of Ogene music during the Anambra State Walk for for life leisure exercise, which was observed to bring a lot of energy, vigor, dancing among those who participated in the about 10-kilometer walk, which makes one ask whether the fusion of local music to sporting activities adds a level of boost than the Western music. A sport enthusiast, Mr. Obinna Okeke, noted that dancing is a form of sporting activity and using music in sports makes it easy, fun and participatory, and was of the view that traditional music such as Ogene acts as a moral boost to healthy exercise, hence the infusion of it in the work for life leisure exercise. Mr. Okeke added that the Ogene music was also a way of showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Africa, especially Ndi Igbo, while making the youth conscious of their roots and heritage.
We want to deal with those people that wants to get into shape and those that wants to be healthy. The best part is joining that exercise with music so that it will be easier. Or if I'm fair, it will be easier for them to cope. You will not just bring that person and put him in sports as somebody that is going for, is expecting a competition, the person will crash down, man, it will not work. So we now fuse sports. And in Africa, then you bring Nigeria into the context. We had the best side of music, that traditional music of Ogene.
In their separate remarks, the special assistant to the governor on sports, Mr. Emeka Ebutu, and another participant at the exercise, Barrister Uche Egu, agreed that exercise needs what will spur it, which the local music through Ogene have proven to do, expressing optimism that other climes of the world will soon buy into, as African music is ruling the world at the moment.
Sports, anything that can make you to feel the pressure and the passion. That's exactly what you are thinking of or what you are looking at. If you think maybe using Ogene or even, what do they call it, Ufie, as long as it make you to get the stamina and the strength to walk.
So now African music is the in thing in the world, particularly Nigerian music is the instrument. Instrumentation is good. We should start using some African instrument. You're talking about infusion. Infusion of African music, Udu, for example, should be infused in our music and all that, and Chaka and all these other things. And that way you market us and show the world that we are of great.
And that's just about it on the news. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And now the main points of the news again. Air surveillance has begun across the state to ensure safe Christmas and New Year celebrations as the world is to take medical outreach to more communities in the state. Federal government is to engage Hungarian experts in addressing flooding challenge. And on the foreign scene, we reported that 220 persons in Sunda Strait of Indonesia have died in tsunami weeks after volcanic eruption. That's the size of our package this morning. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidinma Orangwa. Good morning.